In 1976, a flashy theatrical hard rock album was released on the small press Locust. The band responsible, Locust, and from their singular album Playgue, the track Hesitation. Very crisp piano sound so far, really clear sound. I'm hearing a bit of Leslie guitar in there. Yeah, I like the tones that they're emphasizing in those chords. It's basically just like an F to G chord, like na 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 na, like yeah. But emphasizing different notes within those, like F, G, like emphasizing, you know, like the fifths and such.
Technical answers for such a simple question.
Oh, I love that key change right there, like that A minor piano, and then throwing in that B somehow. It was kind of like a polychord I was hearing.
First you say no, and then you say yes.
No. Huh, interesting. A, B, F sharp.
Hesitation, a situation you depend on. First you say come, and then you say go on with your hesitation, babe.
I love the way this just kind of like folds out on the bridge, like the cadence change. It goes from like really closed cadence that we were hearing with the choppy piano and just the vocalist, and then suddenly it switches to open cadence as all those other instruments come in. The Leslie guitar, the harmonies all start piling on, giving the vocals a tonal thickness, emphasizing, you know, thirds and fifths and such.
Patience just won't win. You feel just the part. You never know exactly where to start. Never know, let it show.
The high piano, the high chord is like going up. Is kind of almost having like its own distinct melodic line over the tonic in a way. You could follow one or the other, like. See, because right there on A, there's that one piano note that's going like C. It's going like A minor. That is. It's going like 3 3 3 C C da da. Yeah.
If you're giving it away, too much double talk. Hesitation, such a dread creep.
No. Yeah, it's going. No, like that, like other higher notes up in the over the tonic. And there's definitely like a two-handed thing too, two distinct hands playing a rather simple motif that could probably be nailed, you know, in due time, but.
First you say come,
and a bit of like bass interaction in that piano motif as well. Oh, the way things just unfold right there and during that section, the way it just the floodgates open. Oh, the way that the flare up of that Leslie tone, just the reverberation of it. Really, almost kind of like a Brian May type tone right there, like a real pickup-y type sound, like May, the king the king of pickup guitar. Meaning multiple pickups, like supposedly someone commented on that a few months ago, like. Yeah, that sound seems to be very influenced by the tones on A Night at the Opera. It's got this real kind of like wide, thick, kind of echoey tone to it, that, like with lots of like kind of like high note. I love it when the chorus just starts to like get thicker and thicker and start to become repeat. Once they get into that kind of pattern, and like everything's coming together so effectively, and then they just start to like swell it up and. Won't try to stop. That over the way that Leslie plays right over that open, because it's basically A minor, that main key of the verses, but dun 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 A C, yeah, A minor, but there's an open note in there somewhere. I think it's actually A minor 7 with like a G in there. Or maybe not. Okay, I didn't hear a G. I didn't hear a 7 in that, but I think some of the other instruments at times when they came in, or some of the harmonies may have thrown one in. Yeah, that was Hesitation by Locust. The lyrics are not going to be available anywhere. Let's see. This, no, this has not been reissued, apparently, yeah. Although it's become quite popular on the internet. Yeah, the Midwest had some good talent, like 1976, let's see. Starcastle, Ethos. Yeah, Starcastle from Champaign-Urbana, Ethos from Fort Wayne, and these guys from just says Iowa. Yeah, Playgue. I like the play on words. It's Playgue. It's a portmanteau of the word play and plague. And some epic tracks on here. One track named, I will name the other one I want to cover here. You'll Never Know. Real fuzzy tone there, especially first time. I'm kind of thinking a little bit of that Nazareth track that I did a couple of months ago. Okay, now I'm not thinking about that anymore. I'm thinking about something. I'm kind of thinking of Paris from. What is making that sound?
You come and you touch me, and I freeze on the side of you.
This guy's got quite a good voice for the style. It resonates, has a fullness to it.
You come and you hold me, and I love what it does to you.
He knows how to like really stretch out certain words, gives things kind of a melodramatic flair. Yeah, he resonates. The way that that sound plays off like the main instruments of the band. It sounds like kind of like a mixture of an analog synthesizer and a fuzz tone and on a guitar. Maybe it's like a fuzz tone on a Moog or something. Part of me, though, just can't help but imagine that they might have their hands on some kind of rare instrument that was some rare like combination of like guitar and synthesizer that was only available for a brief time.
Have all the reasons, and I have the ways. You glued all the pieces, and now you've thrown them all away.
I love that dropout we just heard there, and we were just kind of hearing that sound, that instrument just kind of sizzle and sear like over kind of a rather barren backdrop as the vocalist just kind of took command as he has been quite consistently.
You throw them away.
God, this band really should have gone places. God, I wonder who they opened up for, or I wonder if maybe some bands like were gonna like shied away from having them as an opening act. Like I don't know, like Styx, Boston maybe. I don't know, if I was in those bands, I'd perhaps be a little bit intimidated by having this as an opening act.
Could you anymore feel sadness anyway? Feel emptiness and loneliness. In time you'll find a way.
You hear that really sustained kind of kind of. We're getting a few sounds just kind of like rising, like electronic sounds.
Know enough to care about me, about you.
Hear that? Oh, the bass. The bass line. Everything. There is great tonal clarity on this, and it's unfortunate I don't have much in the way of album credits on here. No one has entered them in. I can't tell you offhand who. Oh, let's see. Executive producer Michael Adler, Keith Brown, and Locust. Okay, Keith Brown, guitar, special effects, backing vocals. Dean Davis, drums, percussion. Fly something. I am going to have to find like a better scan of that cover.
Those who are all there, climbing walls, you watch them fall, halfway to your death. I've seen you change.
The vocals seem to be about something rather intense.
Rearrange, you're no better than the rest.
He's really giving quite an accent on some of those vowels. Kind of like an acidic tone. Hear the way that bass is just kind of like folding in as like the guitar kind of like sears around, and like the guitar just kind of sears around it. I guess I'm hearing two guitars now. Did you hear that like that kind of like bubbly sound and this is quite a solo. Sounds are just like coming everywhere, like
you come and you make me, and I love what you do.
Smoldering.
And I love what it does.
the drumming's getting a little bit more intense. Hear that cowbell? All kinds of like smoke and fire type tones, just... God, everything has such like a sustain, such a like... Yeah, that... There's some phasing going on. That icy synthesizer. That was the very intense You'll Never Know by Locust from their 1976 singular album Playgue, released on Anwit Coptus. Locust, and hard rock art rock band from Iowa, only released this album, and only 2 members have their own entries on Discogs. So, well, 2 people kept kind of active. I guess one of the members, bass guitarist Court Howley, later resurfaced in the band Impaler, a shock rock band that put out their first album exactly 10 years after Playgue by Locust. This Locust should not be confused with an English band that also put out one album in 1976. They were more kind of like a space funk band, subject for a different installment perhaps. For now, yes, marvel we all shall at Locust, Playgue, one of many talented hopefuls from the Midwest, mid-70s music scene that gave it their best. And there are a lot of great red-hot tracks off this one album of theirs. Some other interesting titles, Madonna, rather lengthy blues rocker on there, yeah. The same year, the Madonna was just leaving Michigan and heading up to New York, but that's a very different story. Yeah, and some kind of two-parters, Blood in the Hand. Yes, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the Locust Playgue album, see the directory of albums by American maximalist rock artists linked in the description below. Like and subscribe and follow me on social media, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the 2 tracks we just heard, the layers, the instrumentation, the sounds, the sonic, just character of different instruments, the smoldering effects. If you can pinpoint certain effects that were employed, leave a comment on that. If you know exactly what that one sound I was trying to like pinpoint that I was a little bit just bewildered by, yeah, if you can identify that, yes, do comment on that. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled tri-maximalist, signing off.